We are honored to have with us today Apex Aerospace. Today I have with us today is Mr. Dilip Sanklecha, the CEO of Apex. Apex Aerospace is also a private company. They're based in Dubai. It's a widely accredited engineering lab that provides customers with a variety of solutions to their tooling needs in the aerospace and defense industry. Welcome, Dilip, and please take a seat. Okay, let's jump right in. I think it is, when she's talking to it, yeah. Well, thank you for making the trip over. We are so excited to have you. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about what you do and the bigger picture of what's going on in the Middle East as far as aerospace and defense. I'm sure you have a special view for that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tony, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm into the industry from last 25 years, residing in UAE. And what amazes me is the world's best airlines are located in UAE. Take example, Emirates, Qatar Airways, or Saudi. Yeah, best airlines are in there. And then a region very small. GCC is a very small in the world map. But we are having, you will be amazed to know, we are having 13 airlines altogether, the low airline or the world, and these all airlines are year by year winning the international awards. Yeah, and the traffic is huge. There are almost 250 million passengers. Yeah, so definitely the GCC is connecting from east to west, and the aviation is definitely growing very fast. Yeah, so I feel it's the region which is going to grow, coming up for a business in aviation. I feel that GCC is the one who is going to grow.
Yeah. You couldn't be in a better market. I think there's no question about that.
Yeah, there's no question that. So I feel it. The best airlines, they provide the best services and the best aircraft. So that makes me that commercial. If anyone wants to be in commercial, this is, I think, that is coming up the market for the region.
Yes, and then maybe along those lines, how does the Middle East differentiate itself in aerospace and defense from U.S., European, and maybe even Asian airlines, particularly in terms of demand drivers, regulatory environment, technological focus, and then on top of that, how is Apex positioned to capitalize on those regional dynamics, which seem very good?
Yeah. So what surprises me, the defense budget of Saudi Arabia, which is the entire spending of one of the country. So it's very huge. Saudi Arabia itself is spending $80 billion only on defense, and the UAE and Saudi Arabia, the two major players in the UAE, the region, 100 billion plus year on year. And the fleet is enormous. There are 400 plus. Of course, this is in public domain. The Saudi Arabia has 450 plus the defense aircraft and helicopters. So you can imagine such a huge fleet, the serious number, the huge budget, capitalization. So I find the defense is, I know I've been attending a lot of people since morning, and I can see, but I see the growth is going to come up from the Gulf region, GCC, because they all want to gearing up to be, at the top, because we never focus on in growing our budget on everything. But I think last 5 to 10 years, what I see is a huge improvement in the budget, improvement in the fleet, and we are getting the world most renowned the aircraft. Like you see, UAE has 80 plus F-16s, which is one of the Lockheed Martin. So, and we have, you name it, and we have the great opportunity. So, if someone asks me where to be there in the defense business, I find it. Yeah, of course, NATO is growing to grow up and everything, but the real business is coming up from the Middle East.
My gosh, it seems that way. Maybe you could talk about your order book and revenue growth. Can you share insights into specific to Apex Aero's current order book and pipeline for future contracts?
Yeah, so I will not be able to share much of this because it's a private entity, but we are a 20 years plus company supporting after sales market. We are doing the MRO, and we started with one customer, and now we have 20 plus customer. We are in the region like Middle East, Southeast Asia, and the Africa. We have started growing. So Apex is looking for establishing a MRO in the region, where next question you will be, I'm looking forward for that. And I can see the growth we expect in Apex. Yeah.
That platform is such a strong and most prolific platform in the West. What strategies are in place to sustain the revenue growth I assume it's very competitive environment. There's so much growth there. I'm sure there's a lot of operators there that want to compete and win in that that UAE aerospace and defense market.
So the profit margins are very, very comfortably. When we say that the fleet is enormously very big, huge, and I find that the profit, the margins are very good. What attracts everybody, the GCC, is we are very centrally located. The east and west, we connect the people. We connect the people very closely. Now, recently, I'll just give an example. One of the airline in the region had a AOG, so in Asia. So there are 48 to 3 to 4 days to fulfill the AOG because of the transit. But when you have a hub in Dubai, we serve in within 6 hours. So definitely that gives us an advantages for us to serve the airline, serve the AOG, and the MRO. What we are saying is the GCC is no more is only buying the aircraft. We want to build. We want to, so they are building sustainable business. So they attract the international companies to come, set up, and grow the business. Yeah, so that's what attracts Middle East. Yeah,
it's a very lucrative location. You can get there easily, and it's so well located.
The time difference.
Yes.
That attracts 12 hours, 10 hours, and then that's attract the UAE.
Yeah. Maybe you could talk about industrial license impact. Has Apex Aero secured any specific industrial licenses or certifications in the UAE that enhance your manufacturing or operational capabilities? And if so, do these licenses contribute to your production capacity, and what revenue growth do you anticipate from these capabilities over the next few years?
So before the licensing, I'll come to the MRO. So what the government is doing the worldwide, the MRO business is approx $80 to $90 billion. And Saudi itself is a market cap of $10 billion. So there are agencies in Saudi like SAMI, GAMI, or in UAE we have a AMROC or GAL or the ADNOC. What we are saying,
and those are regulatory agencies.
Those are the regulatory authorities. Yeah. What government is saying, we don't want to be only buyer. We want to bring the technology. We want to create a job. So what the Saudi Arabia is saying, by 2030, we would like to be 50% work to be done in-house, because as I said, we have enough platform, enough aircraft in the region, so we don't want to send any job. See, 10 years ago, what used to happen? If there is a F-15 in Saudi Arabia, we need a spare parts, we need to do the component report. Where do we see? We see US, we see Asia, or we see Europe. Now, we are saying no. We want to come the MRO locally. We want to establish the technology. We want to invite the international companies in Middle East and Saudi, everywhere, and start up the MRO. So government is clear saying that 50% of the work defense budget should be done within the country. So how do we regularize this kind of work? There are agencies like in UAE we have a GCA or 145 CR. In the Saudi Arabia we have a GMA CR. So what we are saying is that if there is a company or MRO in US who has FA or European who has ESA, you come, get the certification attested with the government, with the GCA or GML, established, we are ready to support you. So it's a very win-win situation for the government. What government is saying, we are giving you platform, there is a huge capital, there is a certification, enough opportunities there, come establish, we are supporting you. So government is very, very normal. And I find as I said, there is a market cap 10 billion now, and I believe another 3-4 years, it can grow to $15 billion. So there is a great potential, and MRO and government is completely supporting.
Yeah, that's nice to have a government that's supportive and favorable. What about global partnerships? How is Apex leveraging? I assume that you'd be working with other partners, especially the programs like the F-16, leveraging partnerships with global OEMs or regional players, expand the market share. Are there specific international collaborations that have strengthened your position in aerospace and the sector?
So what we are saying that Apex Aerospace is locally 20 years old company, and what we are looking for a global partnership. So we are ready to have a local partnership with the people who want to establish. We are a well-established company, GCA approved company, and we are ready to do the partnership. We have a great contract with all the government association. And what government is again saying is, bring the technology, bring the globalization, localization. They want to do the globalization. And I see in next 10 years, the world is going to changing. Everybody wants to be, Middle East, or, use, as you see, the Dubai is very famous, or the GCC is very famous. Almost every passenger from, if anybody wants to, they all transit through Dubai. So I find it's a great growth. And we, as Apex Aerospace, we are looking for a partnership for the establishing a repair shop in UAE who can support all the local operators, commercial as well as military. And there is a huge potential.
Yeah. It seems like you're in the so-called catbird seat, Dilip. I enjoy learning about this, and hopefully I can travel there to visit and see it in real life. Thank you for being here.
I would love to see you in Dubai Air Show, which is coming up in November. Yes. That will be a great opportunity to see the region, see the growth, how the world is coming. I know you have been to Paris Air Show, so I invite you to Dubai Air Show.
That's next on the list. Check. Well, Dilip, that was a great overview of Apex Aerospace, and look forward to learning more about you guys and hopefully get you back again next year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you to be
well
here.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Investors should carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the ETF before investing. The prospectus, which contains more complete information about this and other matters, should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, please call 800 Gabelli or visit www.gabelli.com. Risks to the ETF include a downturn in commercial air travel, production and/or supply chain disruptions, decreases in defense spending, subcontractor financial health, and competition and/or technology changes.